If you're a creator on TikTok, you know that feeling, right? That little jolt of anxiety when you hit post. You start wondering, what if I get a violation? What if my account gets banned? It is literally the nightmare scenario. But here's the thing. What if I told you that protecting your account is way, way simpler than you've been led to believe? Okay, let's get into it. I mean, this is the big one. The fear that everything you've worked for, all that creativity and time you've poured into your account, could just disappear overnight. It's a totally valid worry, especially if this is how you pay your bills. But here is the good news, and I really mean this. Staying out of trouble isn't about memorizing some giant, complicated rule book. Nope, it actually just comes down to a few really simple core ideas. So first, let's just quickly touch on why TikTok can feel so strict. And I promise it's not just to make our lives difficult. There's a reason for it. Honestly, it all comes down to trust. TikTok has to protect its users from scams and bad actors. It keeps people coming back, and it also keeps the platform on the right side of some pretty serious advertising laws. So at the end of the day, these rules are actually there to protect everyone, and that includes you. So what is the secret to navigating all this? Well, it's less of a rule book and more of a mindset. And this right here is the absolute key. Most of the people who get into serious trouble aren't making innocent little mistakes. They're usually knowingly pushing the boundaries, trying to see what they can get away with. And that should be a relief, really, because it means you have way more control over this than you think. Which leads us to what I call the don't overthink it philosophy. Seriously, so much of this is just common sense. Be honest. Be transparent about your partnerships. Don't try to pull a fast one on the algorithm. If you just act with a bit of integrity, you are already like 90% of the way there. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are the common traps that creators fall into all the time? We're going to run through the top 5 and, more importantly, how you can sidestep them completely. All right, kicking things off with number 1. This is maybe the most common and the most avoidable mistake of all, not telling people you have an affiliate deal. Look, if you could earn a commission from a sale, you have to disclose it. It's the law, but it's also about being honest with your audience. And the fix is so easy. Just a simple text overlay saying, I earned a commission, or even just mentioning it out loud is all you need. Done. Okay, on to number 2. Next up, making claims about a product you can't prove. This is a huge red flag, especially with health or beauty stuff. You can't say something cures an illness. Instead, just talk from your own experience. Phrasing it like, this really worked for me, or this helped me with, is authentic, it's honest, and it keeps you totally in the clear. Now for number 3, and this one trips up so many people. We've all done it. You hear a trending song and you think, oh, this is perfect for my video. But hang on, if your video is monetized in any way, you can't just use any popular song. The licensing doesn't cover commercial use. To stay safe, you gotta stick to the audio in TikTok's commercial music library. It's literally there to save you from this exact problem. All right, number 4. This one is especially for the newer creators out there. So you're excited, you want to post a ton of stuff right away. I get it. But posting too many product videos too quickly can make the algorithm think you're a spam bot. The trick is to warm up your account. Think of it like stretching before a run. Start with just 1 or 2 product-focused videos a week, and then you can slowly ramp it up from there. And that brings us to our final big mistake, number 5. And that is promoting prohibited stuff. TikTok has a list of things you just can't promote. Certain supplements, vapes, weapons, you get the idea. My best advice here? Trust your gut. If a product feels a little sketchy, it probably is. Just stick to mainstream items, and if you're ever unsure, go check the official list. It's not worth the risk. Okay, but what if the worst happens? You open the app and bam, you've got that dreaded violation notice. The first thing you need to do is just breathe. It is not always the end of the world. See, TikTok usually gives you a chance to fix things. Your very first violation is often just a warning, not an instant ban. So take a deep breath, read what they sent you, and if you genuinely think it's a mistake, file an appeal. The most important part is to delete the video and actually learn from what happened. Then maybe do a quick sweep of your other content just to be safe. I know, this can feel like a lot to keep track of, especially when you're just trying to focus on making great content. But you don't have to do it all alone. There are ways to build a safety net. And this is really where having a solid support system can change the game. Think of it like having a co-pilot or an expert team in your corner, whose whole job is to help you fly straight and stay successful.
The whole point is to shift from playing defense to playing offense. Instead of just reacting to violations after they happen, you can get feedback that spots potential red flags before you even post. It means you've got someone to turn to when you have questions and the team to back you up if things go wrong. Simply put, you're not alone. So as we wrap this up, I want you to think about this question. This isn't just about dodging a violation tomorrow. It's about building a real, sustainable business as a creator for the long haul. So ask yourself, are the habits you're building today setting your account up to last?